Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is why everybody should do yoga. So I'm an ex-Royal Marines Commando, British military fitness instructor, boot camp instructor, rehab instructor, level 3 personal trainer and a few other things, and so I've spent an entire career in the fitness industry. I don't know how to build a house, I don't know how to fix a car, but one thing I'm pretty good at is fitness because I've done it for a lifetime. And also, for example, in the Marines, I learned firsthand just how far the body can be pushed. So yoga, what has this got to do with anything? Over the years, I've trained countless numbers of people, well over 1,000 people. I'm a boot camp instructor, so I would train 30 people at a time, and I could do multiple boot camps in one day. So in just one day, I could be training close to 100 people. The older people get, especially the people that do lots of exercise, often their flexibility and range deteriorates because the muscles just get so tight. So you have a muscular fascia that interconnects all of your muscles throughout the body. So as a rehab instructor at a physiotherapy clinic, we used to spend a lot of time on just normal people, but also international competitive triathletes, trying to ease up their muscles, trying to free up their muscles, trying to free up their fascia. And you will do things like using foam rollers, which are fantastic for getting the knots out of the muscles. But the problem is, the more exercise you do, you can really start to kind of seize up your joint. So if you just think about the kneecap as just one of the joints of the body, so the muscles are going over this, or the muscles are attached to that kneecap, and the tighter those muscles are, the more they kind of lock that patella in. And that's where you start getting pressure on the patella, starts grinding against the cartilage, and then you start getting things like crepitus and things like that. Most of you will probably have come across a yoga instructor at some point in your life, and you just see that these people are just so free in their movements. They're just free because they're flexible. So many people I have had over the years, one guy in particular, he got to such a state, he did regular exercise since he was a young man. He was well into his 60s whilst I was training him, but his flexibility had become so poor. Now, I'm a personal trainer, so my speciality is not yoga. So I kept advising him to go and see a yoga instructor, but he didn't want to because he just wanted to see me. Long story short, we managed, between me and his wife, we managed to get him to see a yoga instructor. I think it helped that she was particularly hot. So anyway, he was going to this yoga instructor. But the difference that it made in his movements was radical. It was just amazing to see. Within less than 6 months, I would say 3 months, the way he was moving was just dramatically different. And he was getting into such a state that he couldn't actually look behind him. He couldn't actually rotate round. He just didn't have the movement in his neck and his spine. He was very stiff. And so he kept crashing his car when he was reversing. He actually crashed it whilst I was sitting in it. Into my boss's wife's car as she was standing there watching him do it. So that was a good day because I had taken him to the physio clinic to get him fixed, and as his trainer, I needed to know what was going on. But anyway, yoga did wonders for this person and countless other people I have seen. If you are well into your fitness, well into your exercise, why not complement that by doing some yoga? Doing some stretches. It's also really good for the blood pressure. It's great for mental health. It just kind of de-stresses the system. And if you're doing yoga for 20 minutes to 30 minutes, you should feel really calm and relaxed at the end. And it's just a really good thing to do for the body. It's something that people don't often talk about in the fitness industry. All it is how do I get bigger muscles? How do I lose belly fat? How do I tone up legs, bums, tums, back of arms? But no one ever says how to lead a healthy physical life whilst doing fitness. They're just focused on the goal, how to do this, how to lose the belly fat, how to do this. Well, it's all great, but if you do fitness for year after year after year, you're going to start picking up injuries and the muscles are going to start getting tight. And yes, we do stretches at the beginning and at the end of each session, but those stretches are nothing compared to what you will do in a yoga session. So a yoga session, you might be holding one stretch for 5 minutes. In a 45-minute yoga session, you might only do a handful of exercises where you're really just focusing on stretching those particular areas. But the benefits it will give you will be immense. So you will also see a lot of older people, they become something called kyphotic, where they're like this. So pregnant people, they're lordotic, where they start doing that because they've got the big tummy. We get the old people that get the hunchback. And obviously they didn't just one day wake up going, oh, I've got a hunchback. That was a progression over years and years of their body becoming tighter, their posture getting out of alignment, and just everything going wrong. And you see it in so many older people. A great example would be the footballer George Best. His son and wife, I think George Best, he did pass away, but his wife was a fitness instructor up in Henley, and she's in incredible shape. So I have clients that actually would go to her, absolutely incredible shape. She was into her 70s, and just her whole posture, you could just see from her posture, it was absolutely fantastic. Freedom of movement, etc. So my advice to you is, if you're on your fitness journey, maybe find a little bit of time for yoga. It won't just benefit it will benefit your muscles, but it will also help with mental health, which is a big factor of fitness. And if your body's starting to seize up, the muscles starting to get tight, the foam rolling's not helping, the short stretches aren't helping, then maybe yoga will be a good point to call. Also, a lot of people I've taken over the years, they start to get bad knees, which is often a tightness of the muscles, just becoming too tight around the knee. And there's so many muscles that physios need to look at to determine what is actually happening with that knee. And for example, I had issues with my knee because I've done a life of fitness, and it was actually stemming from my chest. So I had to have deep tissue massage by the physios, which was incredibly painful, but it was literally stemming from my chest going down to my knee. So again, yoga sorts all of these things. It just allows the body to be relaxed, allow those muscles to be relaxed, allow a flexibility, range in the body. So my advice is everybody should do a little bit of yoga. Hope you like the video. Please like, please subscribe. It helps the algorithms kind of push this video out to more people. And I do read all of the comments, so leave a comment and I will look at it and get back to you. Cool. Cheers. Thank you.